Covert narcissists are the most dangerous kind of narcissists because they are the ones that can hide in plain sight. The way to protect yourself from a covert narcissist is to heal your nervous system. The thing about them that is so tricky is that they can hide for 6 to 12 months and wear a mask. They wear this mask and they do things like love bomb you. This is the beginning phase of the relationship with any narcissist. But with a covert narcissist, the love bombing phase is going to be them oogling over you. They're going to be mirroring your best qualities, and you're going to feel like you are falling in love with your soulmate. And not just romantic love. This can happen in work relationships, this can happen in family relationships, and also, of course, it can happen with spouses and boyfriends and girlfriends and those types of romantic relationships too. But the thing to remember is that a covert narcissist is not someone that you're typically going to be able to spot from across the room. They're going to look like the most amazing human beings on the outside. In fact, when you meet a covert narcissist, things that you might commonly think is, wow, they are just so amazing. They're so likable. They're so friendly. They are so service oriented. They seem just so easy to be around. And that's why when the abuse begins, it's key that you're ready to recognize it. So the way to protect yourself against a covert narcissist, the number one way is to educate yourself. Educating yourself on the red flags. For example, a covert narcissist doesn't have a lot of empathy for others. On the surface, they will appear to be empathetic, but behind the scenes, where you see who they really are, you'll start to notice some inconsistencies. They might do things like in a work environment or in a family situation or in a marriage where they appear to be really empathetic in a situation. For example, let's say that they are the leader of a team at work and they are the first one to go above and beyond, to sacrifice their time, to be the one that's put in the most discomfort so that everyone else on the team can be more relaxed. They can do less work because the covert narcissist is going to be the one who comes in and offers to take that burden on for everyone else. Instantly, they're going to be the hero in the room because everybody likes it when someone else takes more of the workload off of them. So instantly they're going to be creating those bonds of, oh, they're such a saint. Oh, they're such a hard worker. Oh, I love them, because people love people that do things for other people. And so in this type of an environment where everyone is liking them and you're seeing how empathetic they are and how caring they are for others, then behind the scenes, little things will start to happen. They will do things that don't seem in line with the definition of empathy. They might say something ruthless or hurtful behind scenes, but only as a secret to you, but they would never say it in front of the group. They will seem a little bit callous behind the scenes, but never in front of the group. You'll start to see these inconsistencies in their personality that make you double take. And this is one of the biggest red flags of a narcissist, is the inconsistency of who they are on the surface and who they are behind closed doors. What it will feel like in the moment, though, is it'll feel like they are letting their guard down in front of you, and that will make you feel closer to them. This is a thought error. It's not true. It's the way that they pull you in order to get you to open up to them. This is going to make it so you're going to let them in on your insecurities, and they'll use these things against you later. So this is another red flag that I want you to be aware of, is as the narcissist grooms you in this love bombing phase where they're telling you you can do no wrong, they're so grateful to have found someone like you, you are their work bestie, your soulmate, whatever it is, right? Whether it's a romantic relationship, family, or work, you are going to be the apple of their eye. And so you're going to start opening up to them and telling them things that maybe you would never feel comfortable telling people that you never felt so safe with. And when this happens, one of the red flags that's going to start happening is they're going to start making little digs at those insecurities. This starts happening in the devaluation phase. This is where the abuse begins. It's also where your nervous system is going to be aware that something is wrong. And so your nervous system is actually going to start releasing stress, adrenaline, and cortisol, and you're going to start to pull back. The narcissist is going to feel this, and they're going to make little comments, but they're going to do it in the way that's really empathetic and like a martyr, like, oh, you haven't been talking to me as much lately. Is everything okay? You haven't been coming to me as much lately. And what will you do? You'll go, oh, no, everything's fine. Yeah, let me catch you up. And that's going to be the point where they realize they've got you, and they're going to start hoovering you back in with breadcrumbs. They're going to offer to do special things for you. They're going to offer to go above and beyond. This is going to release dopamine in your brain. When they're love bombing you in the beginning, it's oxytocin, the true love hormone. This is the hormone that we all desire. It's the best human emotion on earth. And when the abuse starts, that's when you have the adrenaline, the cortisol, the stress. Then when they realize you're pulling away because you feel the abuse, that's when they come in and say the things like, oh, you haven't been coming around as much. You've been distant. And they make it seem like you are the bad one, that you've been leaving them out. And that's when you're going to be sucked back in, and they're going to start doing nice things for you. They're going to be like, I'll do anything. I'll take you on this trip. I'll fly in for this occasion. I'll buy you this thing. I will give you this accolade. I will say things in front of all our colleagues at work. And that will release dopamine in your brain, because your brain is mistaking a breadcrumb for love. And that's what creates and solidifies the trauma bond. This is what addicts you to them. And it makes you go round and round in this circle of oxytocin, which you'll never feel again, stress, adrenaline, and cortisol when the abuse begins. And then dopamine is what solidifies the trauma bond. Then you just go round and round of abuse, breadcrumbs, abuse, breadcrumbs. And so the covert narcissist is a master of this, and they love to do passive aggressive things. So that's another red flag of a narcissist. They're going to do indirect expressions of anger instead of direct confrontation. They're going to use those passive aggressive strategies with you, like the silent treatment. They may even make backhanded compliments that you know they don't mean. They might procrastinate things and make you feel like they're not going to show up for you. It's going to make you doubt yourself. They're going to do things like sabotage and manipulate. They're going to go behind your back and triangulate other people against you that make you feel crazy, make you doubt yourself. They're going to gaslight you, make you feel like you don't even know what reality is anymore. And the thing about healing your nervous system, like I talked about at the beginning, when your nervous system is sensitive to abuse, you're going to catch these red flags in the covert narcissist, and it's going to start going haywire. Red flag, bad, 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 bad. And all of a sudden you have a choice. Because this is the thing. The covert narcissist will likely always be attracted to you because you're so empathetic, because you're so giving, because you're such an amazing human being. But it's not that we're never going to attract them anymore. It's the way to avoid them is to heal your nervous system, be able to ground yourself. I love to go on walks in my front yard, just walking on the grass with no shoes on. This can also be done on sand or dirt. Being able to be out in nature without any electronics on, reading a book, being able to meditate or do yoga, listen to soft, soothing meditation music, taking a bath. All of these things are going to turn your brain back on, and it's going to help you remember what it feels like to be peaceful, connected to yourself. And that is what, the more time you spend in those practices, the more you're going to be sensitive to when a covert narcissist starts abusing you. And when you can pinpoint when it switches from love bombing into abuse, the sooner that you can recognize these red flags of them having a victim mentality, then having a grandiose fantasy, then having passive aggressive behaviors, then being hypersensitive to criticism, then being envious and resentful of other people, them having a lack of empathy, exploiting the relationships around them, being insensitive to others, emotionally manipulating the people around them. These are all the ways that you spotting these red flags and then shutting the relationship down fast and saying, nope, this is not okay. That's how you protect yourself from a narcissist. The big win here is not repelling them and never meeting one again. Where the true champion power move is when you see a narcissist and you identify that you're dealing with a covert narcissist, the ones that look amazing on the outside but are severely malicious and abusive. after their mask falls off 6 to 12 months into the relationship. It's you spotting it. And the better you get at healing your nervous system, the better you get at seeing these red flags, the faster you're gonna shut it down. And that is the true power move. That's the victory. You being able to identify when the abuse starts so you can instantly exit out of that relationship and have those boundaries with them that you're not going to allow that abuse, that's not okay. That's where you start rebuilding your self-worth. That's where you start building trust with yourself and being truly free of narcissistic abuse.